What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes, and everything in between. With over 100 years' experience navigating the ups and downs of the market and of life, your Edward Jones financial advisor will be there to help you move ahead with confidence. Because with all you've done to find your rich, we'll do all we can to help you keep enjoying it. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past. It's time to make our move. I'm shaking off the rust. There's no turning back from this party. I've made up my mind. Sing these songs that offend the censors, and please don't stop the music. I'm James Cook.
I'm Andy Robinson.
And we are going to the 24th of February 2008 and looking at the top 10 singles chart from the UK from then.
There are other great records in the top 30 around this time, of course. Things like Reply and Take It Easy by Mika, No One by Alicia Keys, Elvis Ain't Dead, Scouting for Girls, Rule the World, Take That, Low by Flo Rida and T-Pain, Ready for the Floor, Hot Chip and Piece of Me by Britney, and Valerie by Amy Winehouse, since I'm here.
Well, you mentioned Amy Winehouse. 2 weeks before this, at the 50th Grammy Awards, she won Record and Song of the Year, which are different things, apparently, for Rehab.
Well, if we're doing some contextual not world news, British news, there's an earthquake just happened in Lincolnshire. Northern Rock nationalised by the government. Remember that story? That went big for a while, weirdly.
The global economic crisis?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And then Mohammed Al-Fayed is suggesting the royal family murdered Diana.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we just do the podcast about that, Andy?
No.
Sometimes I get the opinion that that's what you want to do.
It comes up a lot, doesn't it, Diana? I don't know
Doesn't
why.
it?
Only in content. No, I've dragged it in many other times. In music news, we've just had the Brits hosted by most of the Osbournes, the Arctic Monkeys Take That, and the outstanding contribution to whom, James?
In 2008?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It would be Paul McCartney. There, I've done it. Mentioned him early, moving on.
Really? They waited that long?
Yeah.
You just thought he would be much higher up the list.
In final bit of music news, the X Factor finalist Andy Abrahams, the bin man, he's just been chosen to represent UK at Eurovision, so you know.
Yeah, it did not go well. The number one album at this point is an album that I can't remember. It's Sleep Through the Static by Jack Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Which is not the Jack Johnson album with all the hits on, because that
Yes.
was earlier. But I have got some statistics about this chart.
I love your late noughties stats.
This top 10 contains 2 UK number one singles. There are 3 songs going up, 6 going down, and 1 non-mover for a total net movement of positive 11. There are 4 British artists, 2 American, 1 Barbadian, 1 Australian, 1 Canadian, and 1 Swedish/Dutch. There are no cover versions, but there is one sort of reimagining. There are 2 groups, 6 solo artists, and 2 collabs.
Great stats from the year 2008. By my reckoning, there are 6 songs about the complexities of love to different degrees. There are 2 songs about dancing, 1 song of existential angst, and 1 song of aspiration for another career in the arts. However, there are no key changes, but there is 1 tremendous example of self-reference, so I was happy.
You can listen to all the songs in this UK top 10 by going to either our Spotify or YouTube playlists. The links are in the description for this very episode. And there are another half a dozen songs on those playlists that are in the top 100 on the 24th of February 2008. And we're going to get into them in our bonus tracks, including some Amy Winehouse, we've already mentioned her, some 6 Music Dad favourites, 2 cover versions of varying quality, and sadly for you, Andy, no Paul McCartney whatsoever. You can join our Patreon community for free. The Bonus Tracks podcast costs less than £1 a week.
As always, you can listen to these tracks. We highly recommend it either before, during, or after this podcast. Not only does it make what me and James are banging on about more palatable, also some great music in this top 10, isn't there?
There's some interesting stuff. There's some stuff that I overlooked at the time, which I was wrong to.
One of the joys of doing this podcast.
Where were you in 08?
My life at this point, I remember watching my 39th birthday have just happened, and I remember watching Lloyd Cole on my own, thinking, I've got to make some changes in my life. And I'd just had a very difficult February the 14th, let's put it that way.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
What were you doing?
when you say Lloyd Cole made you want to change your life, is it to be more like Lloyd Cole or to be less like
It
Lloyd
was
Cole?
less to be watching Lloyd Cole on my own on my birthday with bad drugs running through my veins.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
What were you doing?
I was working on a radio at this point, so a bunch of these songs were on the playlist, so I know them incredibly well because they were played to me 4 or 5 times a day for about 6 months.
And I'll just chuck it in. I bought 10% of this UK top 10 randomly chosen, James. So here we are.
I got none of them. But anyway, hit the beat and take it to the verse now.
Number 10.
Down 2 places to number 10. Having peaked at number 4, it's Work by Kelly Rowland, the Freemasons remix. Kelly Rowland, author of Whoa Baby, a guide for new moms who feel overwhelmed and freaked out and wonder what the F just happened.
Really?
That's the name of a book she wrote.
Okay. Also, since Kelly Rowland's appearing, James, we like to mention this. We've done it with Beyonce, formerly ex-Coronation Street vocalist Matthew Marsden.
Yeah.
She was one of his backing singers once, wasn't she?
She was. She's done well since then, hasn't she? She's really come on a bit.
We love that fact. Whenever Destiny's Child mentioned them, let's reiterate it, James, for new listeners.
Matthew Marsden, one of his singles that he put out, he had as the backing singers were Destiny's Child. That's a true thing that happened.
We love it.
Anyway, we can link Destiny's Child to Emily Bishop. I was watching the video to this. I watched all the videos yesterday morning with my wife. Like about a minute in, my wife said, "This is a banger, isn't it?"
It really is a banger.
It really is.
Yeah, all right, great.
I think there are 2 instances of this chart of absolute floor-filling
There's
bangers.
some real winners in it. I'm delighted.
And this is one of them.
Let's try and describe it. As I say, always nip over to Spotify, always nip over to YouTube to watch the video, but it's got a Bollywoody feel, hasn't it? It's a...
Yeah, this is an element I think the Freemasons brought into it. You remember Mundi and Tabachki? I've said that wrong, probably. It's the song by Punjabi MC.
Yeah.
Do you remember it? That sounded a bit like the Knight Rider theme,
Oh, yeah, right.
but it was also had that Bollywood
This
vibe.
does sound a bit like the
It's
Night Raiders.
it's got that going on, isn't
Alright.
it? Which is it's very propulsive and feels very urgent.
Yeah, I mean, you put the version on. This is worth pointing out, I believe, James. I listened to the song early on when you sent it last week, and I watched the video. And then I was thinking, why is the video much better than the song James put on? Initially, I thought, well, I'm watching the video, aren't I? It's gonna be better. But it was a version that was on her album, wasn't it? That the Freemasons picked up, remixed.
Yeah.
And they've sprinkled it up, haven't they? It has to be said.
I originally put the original version on, which sounds like Kelly Rowland going, "I need a crazy in love, I need a crazy in love." But the Freemasons remix makes it more of her own thing.
Yeah.
Well, the Freemasons include someone we talked about, just a couple of weeks ago. Small from Fats and Small is one of the Freemasons. Yes.
Yeah.
Kelly Rowland said, "I heard how great Freemasons were because they also worked with Beyonce."
Eternal Winter on YouTube says Beyonce may be the queen of charts, but Kelly is a queen of hearts.
Surely Diana is the queen of... Oh, we're back to her again.
You've done it. You've dragged it back onto that. You're obsessed. What's wrong with you?
Eventually, this will become a Princess Diana conspiracy podcast, but not just yet.
It's got a mariachi type sound as well, is it? So it's a casserole of musical influences.
Yeah, I love casserole. So written by Kelly Rowland with Scott Storch. Are you aware of Scott Storch?
No,
Co-writer of Fighter,
I don't know. Who's
Christina Aguilera,
All right, my apologies.
Baby Boy and Naughty Girl.
I might be out my depth this week. Who did that?
Well, they're both by Beyonce. That's not one song. I mean, it sounds like a
You
cartoon
tricked me.
series.
You
but-
tricked me up by putting 2 together.
Sorry. Let Me Love You.
Who?
Mario.
What?
Mario. Candy Shop.
50 Cent.
And then Scott Storch really got into cocaine and spent around $30 million in 6 months on cars and a jet and a yacht while high. And by 2007, he was in a big mess. He was also behind on child support and taxes. In 2009, he'd be arrested for failing to return a leased Bentley and for possession of cocaine and filed for bankruptcy twice. In 2015, he got himself clean, and in 2020, he opened a drug rehab centre.
Well done.
Also written by Pooh Bear.
Poo.
Jason Boyd, who'd gone to work with Justin Bieber, including on What Do You Mean, which we've covered on this podcast, and remixed Despacito and Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. Kelly Rowland said that she and Storch wrote the song in an hour after partying in a club.
It has an urgency, doesn't it? That's for sure. Did you like the words, the lyric to this song?
What is she saying there? What is she singing about? She's saying, so you got to put it in when we get it on. What's that about?
Who knows, James? What can this be an allusion to?
Well, Kelly Rowland said, it's actually very innocent. All I'm saying is, don't come around if you're not going to live up to all your talk. And as you know, some guys are just full of talk.
Judge6991 in YouTube comments says, I remember an interview of Kelly where she said, no, this song is not about sex. What are you talking about? Seems unusual, doesn't it, that this song might not have anything to do with the carnal acts. Really sexy.
I mean, she does keep saying put it in. Yeah, but that could be anything. Could be a tea bag into a mug. Could be, so many things that you put inside something else.
About the notion of work as well. I was thinking about this. It was around this time. Rihanna had a song called Work. Iggy Azalea, Work Bitch. Britney Spears. Recently there's Work From Home, Fifth Harmony. It's all these sort of songs about working. I mean, even back in the 50s, Work With Me Annie by Hank Ballard. So the notion of work has got a tradition, hasn't it?
Yeah. If work was as fun as this song, I'd do some.
Did you watch the video?
I've watched all the videos, Andy.
All right, so I don't have to ask you that this week.
You really don't. You're going to, but you don't have to.
What I should do is ask the question with a stupider tone and timbre to it. All right, then. This is interesting, I thought. Regress C3T says, gorgeous video. This is what you can do with a low budget and imagination and talent.
There's a lot of fluorescent lighting tubes.
There's a lot of fluorescent tubes.
It's a big week for fluorescent lighting tubes. A little bit of a spoiler.
I'm glad you've mentioned that. I've got that as well. But then I thought about Regress C3T, and I thought this is what you can do with low budget and imagination and talent. And I thought, it's also what you can do with Kelly Rowland and 4 fantastic and beautiful dancers and some neon tubes, isn't it? It made me feel weird this week, James. I'm going to talk about it. Let's bring it up here. I was watching old Kelly Rowland.
She's not old.
No. As she says at the beginning, this ain't going to be easy. It wasn't easy because I realised, James, I was watching it with the shameful male gaze.
Who are they?
I knew you were going to say that. What do you make of that? This week I've been thinking about it, especially with some of the other videos. The male gaze, toxic masculinity, etc., etc.
What were you doing?
Just looking, thinking, look at you 5 women be looking great as an old man.
Can't you just appreciate the dancing?
Yeah.
You were regarding Kelly and the dancers with lust. Is this what you're saying?
A little bit.
They are kind of putting on a show.
I mean, I don't know where this...
Were you supposed to just not look at the video?
It's an interesting topic for this week, James. We have discussed it before, haven't we, with your shameful attitude towards Lindy Layton.
When I was 13, I had a crush on her, yeah.
Dirty
awful,
boy.
What an awful man.
And Subraising5896 says, I don't want to tell anyone where I came from to listen to this song. A blue film.
You think this song has been used in a blue film?
I do, yeah.
Do you know that?
No. Why would Subraising5896 not want to tell anyone if it wasn't to do with their dreadful male... I'm going to lead into the male gaze thing, James. And also, I happened to watch a YouTube video where a woman was telling me off, so I'm right into it this week.
Was telling you off specifically?
Yeah, it was a weird YouTube video, I have to say. I thought why pick on me?
What's going on, Andy? You watched some music videos this week.
Yeah.
You admired the women in them.
I gazed at them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Keep your eyes closed. And then a woman on YouTube had a go at you.
My type.
What do you mean your type? What does that mean?
Men who are gazing. It's a thing this week, James.
Good.
I'm hyper aware of it. What I'm also hyper aware of while I was looking at YouTube comments with my terrible attitude was loads of metalheads appear. You know how I feel about
they're
this,
back,
James.
aren't they?
All the
I like
metalheads are
metal, but I also like this.
For this song specifically, and one coming up. Why? What's going on?
Maybe you like a lot of different kinds of music, and just because you've made one of them your personality, you feel like you have to put caveats before everything.
Yeah. I'm liking the way this is developing. What we're talking about is the male gaze. And we're also
what you're talking about is the male gaze.
I'm going to be dragging it back in. And we also have set up a great idea of what happens to loads of neon tubes.
Number 9.
Up 2 to number 9 this week. It's One Republic with Stop and Stare.
And it was all yellow.
Do you think it's got a touch of that, hasn't it?
It has.
Did Yellow come out before this?
Yes.
All right,
about 8 years before, I think, off the top of my head.
James, that'll be because of the standard chords, yeah?
Yeah, it's not just the chords, but yes, it is.
Stop and stare, yeah, E. And then you go to the 5 chord, go nowhere. Same melody, but whatever else he's singing.
Look out, there's a bear. It's just a lot of words that rhyme with stare.
So that chord progression of... We've heard that a million times.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
But also the way it starts acoustically and then the electric guitars come over the top is very Coldplay reminiscent.
All right.
Early Coldplay.
Coldplay don't own that arrangement, do they? But I know what you mean.
This was on the radio playlist that I was working on at the time. So I
My
heard it all the time.
condolences.
Yeah. It's a bit of a trudge, isn't it?
We're going to bring in Nile Rodgers early.
Okay.
James.
Come in, Niall.
Come in, Niall. Put your feet up.
He would have that guitar with him, wouldn't he? He has that with him all the time.
Here he is, coming over the bridge now. There he is. Anyway, Niall, what do you say? Tell our listeners what you're... Oh, he can't talk. He's so busy playing that.
And we're not doing the voice.
No.
No.
He always says that just because you don't like a song, if it's got in the charts, it don't really matter because loads of people do. We like to push that out early, don't we? I'm going to say on YouTube comments, James, that there are loads of people going, this song is everything to me. I love it. So it's important.
Yeah.
If it's important's a word, that we acknowledge it.
Yeah. And it's very earnest.
Loads of people are saying
emotive.
It helped me with grief. Loads of people saying it helped me survive cancer. It was a real downer looking at YouTube comments this week. So I suppose I'm saying that a lot of people found this deep and relatable. So there's that. Dylan Mahadu says, listening to this song makes me feel sad about something I'm missing, and I don't even know what it is.
Well, Ryan Tedder, the singer of One Republic, said...
It'd be fair to say he's the brains behind One Republic, I think.
Well, they share the writing credit, which is another thing Coldplay do.
Okay.
But
Between One Republic, they share all the credits.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it's not the brains. My apologies.
Or maybe he is the brains because he knows that's a good way to keep the band together. Ryan Tedder said, this was written from the point of total desperation. He said, I was beyond broke. I kept getting eviction notices and I really felt like I was watching my life passing me by. And the song is about getting stuck in a rut.
I like the words a lot. When I got over my bias and started listening to them more, I've become what I can't be, all that sort of stuff. It really sums up the feeling of being stuck, I think. I don't love the song, James. I don't love the record, but I'm certainly not dismissing it.
Ryan Tedder, co-writer of Bleeding Love.
He's wrote loads of songs, hasn't he, Ryan Tedder?
Yeah.
Go on. Oh, Leona Lewis, my apologies.
Halo.
Beyonce.
Rumour has it.
Adele.
In 2021, he sold a majority stake in his music catalogue for how much?
Who knows?
200.
What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes, and everything in between. With over 100 years' experience navigating the ups and downs of the market and of life, your Edward Jones financial advisor will be there to help you move ahead with confidence. Because with all you've done to find your rich, we'll do all we can to help you keep enjoying it. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
$1 million.
Blimey, O'Reilly.
Yep.
In your list of all the artists he's worked with, James, I'm just going to throw in Paul McCartney as well.
Okay. Guitarist Zach Filkins from One Republic has a vineyard called Filkins Vineyards, which I find very pleasing.
We're going down the Filkin Vineyards later.
Yep. Bass player Tim Myers left the band in 2007. In 2026, he plans to run for Lieutenant Governor of California as a Democrat.
Did you watch the video? Of course you did. You told me.
The video, which is Kendall Roy meeting Billy Connolly next to a grave in the desert.
Who's Kendall Roy?
From Succession.
Okay.
Ryan Tedder looks a bit like the guy from Succession. That's my point.
Hey, that's your dreadful male gaze looking at Ryan Tedder. So I did the band when they're playing in a motel room, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I thought that what the enemy used to call sleeper blokes. Do you know what I mean? This band I thought had no personality really, so to speak of, to look at least. I'm sure they've all got personalities. Yeah. Great name though, One Republic, isn't it, for a band? Giving you the idea that, you know, fans like it, don't they? That they're following an entity, a movement. So One Republic, why not?
With no space between the One and the Republic.
That's right. Okay.
Owner Republic.
So the song is essentially summing up someone who feels there is no movement in their life, yeah?
Yeah.
Good lyrics, all that kind of stuff. Now, the video, terrible.
There's a lot of ideas in the video.
It's got the first minute and a half is silent, isn't it, showing clips?
Oh, God, yeah, it takes ages for it to start.
Really winds me
come
up.
on.
Really winds me up when bands do that. Just pretend they're making a film.
Get on with it,
Get on
guys.
with it. So he's playing in a
Let's
band.
just get through this bloody song.
There's images, isn't there? A pregnant woman in the back of the car. There's a priest near a graveside. He nearly gets hit by a ghost car towards the end of it. I didn't get it. Someone makes a quote saying, "We prefer past happiness rather than future uncertainty."
I think that's at the cause of a lot of nostalgia. We think back to, it was so good back then because we have the hindsight of knowing, well, we get through it because we're still here. Whereas now, we don't know what's going to happen.
Do you know who this quote came from?
No.
Lightning Farron FF13.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
No.
It is a character in the video game Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay.
So this is who we're working off our lyrical inspirations for, yeah? Again, James, we're going to mention it. The rise of video games and their ability to sell music is a thing, isn't it? Got on my nerves. All the stuff at the beginning as well. All the, whatever he's singing.
Electric chair.
Loads of those open sounds on his string. Yeah, you've heard that noise, haven't you? Just by leaving some strings open. I'm going to say the last refuge of a scoundrel.
Number 8.
Down 2 places to number 8. It's Don't Stop the Music by 19-year-old Rihanna.
No, 19, as Paul Hardcastle would have said.
Well, no, he doesn't say it. It's a sample. That's not Paul Hardcastle singing on 19.
What? I was only chucking in some references for pop music.
It's hardly the time or the place for that.
What am I thinking of?
Yeah. Anyway, back to that tunnel in Paris.
Now, unlike other records which tell you not to stop believing or to move in or till you get enough or me now,
Yeah. Or You Want Me Baby.
Rihanna is very much demanding that we don't stop the music. This week, James, I heard another song by Yarber and Peoples, an old song from the 70s called Don't Stop the Music. So it's got a great clarion call, hasn't it, to the listener?
There's always music going on somewhere, so she's got a wish.
A lot of people on YouTube comments were saying this was the last song on one of the MTV channels. At time of recording, MTV has closed down, and on one of their sub-branches, one of their sub-channels, this was the very last record played.
Ironic.
Isn't it?
Don't you think? Who has writing credit on this and who doesn't?
I would imagine Rihanna.
Rihanna's got one.
And I would imagine the person who wrote it doesn't, if you're being daft.
Well,
Go on.
So-
Michael Jackson, maybe we should mention in that. Mama saying, Mama saying, at the end, that comes in, doesn't it?
yeah. So this track is written by Stargate and Frankie Storm.
We have talked of Stargate many times in this era.
And Michael Jackson does have a writing credit for that bit. Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa. Which for years I thought was, I'm going to tell you one more time, I'm not going to stop.
Okay.
But it isn't, even though it's from Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. But Jackson got it from somewhere else.
That's right. I saw comments about this.
Yeah, he said he borrowed it from Cameroonian musician Manu Dibango, who used it in his 1972 song Soul Makossa. Makossa means dance in Douala. Jackson eventually settled with Dibango, but Dibango does not get a writing credit on this track.
And how is that justified?
Due to some weird legal wrangling, basically Dibango, he tried to get some money and the courts went, you've basically signed away your rights to it when you made that earlier agreement with Jackson.
Okay.
So you get nothing.
All right.
Which feels like a shame.
Putting it
Because
mildly.
he's the guy who came up with the hook that this song eventually relies on quite a lot.
So it's over 2 chords, the whole song. Please don't stop the music. Yeah, a little bit of a D. Doop, doop, doop. Goes on for a while. What? And then, please don't stop the music. An F sharp minor, so the 1 to the 3 chord, if you like. Or that goes over everything. Even Mama said the massacre. Mama said, what did you think they were singing?
I'm going to tell you one more time, I'm not going to stop. And say it one more time, I'm not going to stop. It's not that.
So there's nothing wrong with that, of course. I thought it had a real song that we covered recently, James, quality to it, of Into the Groove by Madonna. Rihanna's not leaving you alone. She's hollering at you throughout all the records, essentially, don't stop the music and it keep me dancing, etc. All that stuff, a fantastic subject.
You've done some DJing, haven't you?
Yes.
And I've done some live DJing, not for a long time. So this song reminds me of when you have to stop because the venue is closing and you kind of go, you play the last song, usually play something stupid as the last song as a kind of indication to everyone. This is the end, guys.
Yep.
And then you stop and the lights come on. There are always some people going, oh, one more, play one more. And that's what this song is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Please don't stop the music. And it's like licensing laws, mate. Also, I want to go home. I've been here for 5 hours and I'm drunk.
As I've mentioned many times, Rihanna's voice is on it, isn't it? You know how I feel about Rihanna's voice, even if I like the song or not.
I thought it was an interesting production choice to include Rihanna's voice on this Rihanna record.
Yeah, who'd have thought it? Well done, Stargate, Starburst, Starflakes, whatever you're called.
Starflakes.
Won't it be silly? We've talked about Rihanna a few times, haven't we?
Yep.
One of the discoveries is I love her voice and it makes my toes shoot up in my boot, yeah? Listen to her old. I'm going to give you a little quiz, James, when we covered Rihanna doing Stay with Mickey Echo. See if you can remember any of the facts you've thrown out to me in the past.
Oh, God. It's in one ear, out of the other, Andy. This is all blurred into one.
According to Forbes, what number in ranking was she the wealthiest of the human race?
What? In the world, out of everyone?
Yeah,
she's in the
Forbes.
top 100? No, top 500?
She's fifth. Maybe only for pop stars.
I don't think she's the fifth richest person in the world.
How much money did she earn from pop music and her Fetty fashion range?
It's $1 billion, isn't it?
1.4 billion.
Yeah.
And what's that, the quarter GDP of?
It's the quarter of the GDP of Barbados.
You can remember
where she's
it.
from. Yeah, I remember some bits. Do I have to go into home? Is this like one of the tests they give Trump that he boasts about passing?
All right, then. Did you watch video?
I watched all the videos.
That's right. Let's explain the video first. She's in a nightclub dancing with a fella, isn't she, essentially? She goes to the bathroom for a little bit, and Tema Udu says, I feel like Rihanna has more chemistry with her own reflection in the bathroom mirror than she has with the guy she's dancing with. Rihanna's looking at herself in the mirror for quite a, and I'm going to say, the female gaze.
To be fair, if I was Rihanna, I'd look in the mirror a lot as well.
It was all, from that video I watched, James, what Rihanna's practicing when she's looking in the mirror is self-objectification. Yeah.
Did anyone shout at her about that on YouTube?
Apparently not.
Okay.
Just the fellas.
This was on the playlist. This got played a lot.
Did it get on your nerves?
A little bit.
Did you like it this week?
It's so evocative of that time for me. It just takes me back to that radio studio in Nottingham.
Yeah. Rather than a nightclub.
Trying to back time to hit the news on time.
All right.
Yeah, it's not as much fun. I wasn't really clubbing very much at that point, but I was having to work out how to fit the ads in.
Okay.
Before we had the travel news.
Another side of the pop music business, James, isn't it? People struggling away, trying to fit it in between the news and the weather.
What a tough job I had back then.
Yeah. Do you think Rihanna would be pleased with that take of this record that she built for the dance floor to keep everyone going? It's got a universal message, hasn't it? Don't stop the music. We deal with that every week. Jessica Tollander says music is medicine.
I'd be disappointed if I went to the doctor with an ailment and he just said, put some records on.
All right, James.
I mean, we'd have a nice time, I'm sure, depending on the records, but sometimes medicine is medicine. Maybe medicine can be music.
All right, since Rihanna's talking so much about music, we should have some quotes from other pop stars, and you have to tell me who it is. Your favourite game?
I doubt many pop stars have talked about music. Good luck finding those quotes.
Which pop star said, one good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain? That's a quote from a song, I think.
Ooh, who sang about feeling no pain?
Someone who did have pain from a broken foot while he was playing football.
Bob Marley?
You got it. I'll give you 500,000 pop points for that. All right, this is another quote from a pop star.
Bank.
Music doesn't lie. If there is something to be changed in this world, then it can only happen through music. And I heard you say bank.
Yeah, I'm banking all the pop points before I lose them. I don't know. Someone who thinks music can change the world. So someone incredibly naive.
He may have introduced parakeets to Great Britain.
Oh, Jimi Hendrix.
That's right. Listen to an old episode for that being explained.
That's an urban legend, we should point out.
Which pop star said, I think music in itself is healing. It's an explosive expression of humanity. It's something we are all touched by. No matter what culture we're from, everyone loves music.
Somebody thinks music is healing. Is it Doctor and the Medics? Dr. Alban.
He provides... Oh, it's Bono anyway. We bothered. We should hear off a woman, shouldn't we, James? Since we,
Yeah, for a change.
Yeah, rather than my dreadful male gaze, only looking at fellas. Which woman?
Yeah. One of them women, eh?
Which woman said music is the strongest form of magic?
Debbie McGee?
No, it was Marilyn Manson. What? What you saying? What you saying? What? Let's do one more and get out of Dodge. This is not a pop star, but it's certainly a musician.
Anne Frank? It's usually Anne Frank when you do that.
Why did you do that this week? Terrible.
Because I know you.
Which music star said music is a mediator between the spiritual and the sensual life? It wasn't Anne Frank. She wouldn't say that, would she?
So a musician, but not in the pop world.
No.
So a classical musician?
Yes, I bet he's had hits. I know he has actually, using a bit of his classical music over a thumping disco beat to keep you dancing, a bit like Rihanna's saying. Not at
Beethoven.
Woo hoo hoo! 1 million pop points to you.
Number 7.
Down 3 to number 7. Appropriately, it's down because it's called The Sun Goes Down, and it's by David Jordan.
Who will, of course, be someone's son. It works on 2 levels. And also, can I just say, this is the 4th song in a row that we've done that peaked at number 4.
I'd never heard this record. I'd never heard of David Jordan. Did they play this a lot on the radio?
This was not on the playlist.
Why?
Well, this is very much a question you need to bring up with the former owners of the radio station, not me. I had no say on any of that. But I kind of remembered it a little bit.
Well done. I had no awareness of it whatsoever, and I'm grateful it's in my life now. It's great, this is, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds very different from everything else in this top 10.
Yeah, that's right, James.
It's got more of a folky, boisterous feel to it.
It's essentially one chord all the way through. That one, I don't need to play anymore. But it's got a Middle Eastern vibe, hasn't it? It's got a country and western vibe. It's got a flavour of a sea shanty about it, as well as it's all going on, isn't it?
I try to find out what has happened to David Jordan.
I'd be intrigued.
So would I. It's really hard to find out. He's kind of disappeared. In 2012, he got a gig in the West End playing Michael Jackson in the Michael Jackson Live musical.
So I learned.
And after that, he's kind of disappeared. And the thing is, his stage name anyway, is David Jordan, which is the same name of a lot of people who have been arrested subsequently. And I looked into them, and none of them are him. But I did find one blog where someone was writing about his pop career. This is like the second of 3 records he released, and this is the most successful. And they were saying the first one's really good, and this one's really catchy. And they said the third one was rubbish, though, and it didn't do anything. And after that, it kind of all fell apart. But it did say in that blog that this song sounded a bit like the theme tune to Whizbit, the 1980s kids TV show that Paul Daniels put together. And once that was in my head, that kind of ruined it for me.
It sounds like a lot of things, really, doesn't it? But a glorious melange of all of them. He's a natural-born pop star, David Jordan. When I watched the video, looking at him, also, James, I thought, who are you? What are you doing? Who are you? Where you been? Where you got from?
Yeah.
I checked out Sun Goes Down live by David Jordan, which was a gig in Southampton from around this era. It made me wish... we've talked about time-travelling machines and where would we go in the past. This week, I thought... I'd use my one time travel machine pass to go and see this gig in Southampton by David Jordan. It was a strange world that looked great.
Yeah, you wouldn't go to find out what really happened in that tunnel in Paris.
What do you think happened in Southampton, of course?
I think he put on a lovely show and everyone had a nice time. He was friends with Amy Winehouse, apparently. Okay. He was kind of discovered by Trevor Horn, the legendary music producer. Apparently, he was so impressed when he first heard him, he immediately offered to produce his debut album, but he doesn't produce this track. Right. This is by Stephen Lipson, who was kind of one of Trevor Horn's
We've mentioned
proteges.
him before.
Yeah,
it's a great sounding record as well. Absolutely nip over to Spotify, or maybe even watch the video on YouTube, because, as I say, he looks the part as well. Fantastic.
A mixture of Celtic fiddles, stomping, glammy beats, and a chorus that could quite easily have been nicked from a Victorian playground chant.
Yeah.
Not my words, the words of Digital Spy. It's quite similar to Don't Stop the Music in terms of what it's about. Yeah. It does it in a different way. So, for example, free your mind because tonight we're going to break it down, shake it, make it funky down, get so high as the toxins in your body are the bass and the drums and the rah, rah, rah.
The rah, rah, rah.
Nice bit of rah, rah, rah.
Important. The Sleepery says, a few years ago, a great commentator said David Jordan is a Prince and Michael Jackson hybrid. His great words are still with me to this day. So that's interesting that the Sleepery puts so much stock in what a commentator said.
Does he mean like John Motson or something?
Yeah.
Well, I think you'll find, Clive, he's a mix between Prince and Michael Jackson. Doesn't sound anything like John Motson. What the fuck am I doing?
One of the joys of this podcast, James, a record I knew nothing about, didn't remember, even though we're being nostalgic. Popped it on a playlist now, haven't I, to give me some thrills now and again.
Have you got a playlist of songs that mention Children of the Night? There's something very occulty about it, isn't there?
Yeah, the darkness in it's a sugary pop confectional joy.
Yeah, you can imagine a bunch of pagans getting into this while they, I don't know, burn some gooseberries. Or whatever it is those kids do.
It's got that nice bit that I like over when the one bit where it does change. As I say, it's just the one chord, really. Whatever he's singing, you can imagine it, and it's got that bit over that. We've talked about it before, that 5 chord. It leads for a long time, doesn't it? A bit like the Beatles' Twist and Shout. Before he goes back to home. Always love one of them. Loads of people saying they had it as their ringtone as well. So here we are in 2008.
Yeah, 2008 was the time when everyone started personalising their ringtones, and it was a big deal. Did you ever do that?
No.
I did.
Did you? What tune did you have as your ringtone?
I had
Return of the Mac.
No.
Let me try and guess what you'd have. Steely Dan, the theme from The Simpsons.
The thing is, you won't guess it, but as soon as I tell you, you'll go, oh, of course you did.
Go on.
Do you remember the trumpet sting from the Thames Television logo? Ba, 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 ba. I had that.
Of course you did.
Number 6.
Down one place to number 6. Having peaked at number 2, it's Chasing Pavements by Adele.
We've talked of Adele several times.
Yep, and that S at the end of Pavements is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, because otherwise it's Chasing Pavement, which is a whole different thing about pestering a indie rock band.
Did Adele invent the idiom of chasing pavements? I'd never heard this expression before. Had you?
Well, I think she did.
Yeah, I think she did as well. Let's point out what it is. Chasing pavements, in this song at least, she's essentially singing a song to a fella. Would you believe it, Adele? Having relationship difficulties. And then she's saying, am I going to carry on with this relationship, or shall I just keep chasing pavements? Implying that chasing pavements was a futile endeavour, yeah?
Yeah. Apparently the song was inspired by an argument at a club between Adele and her former boyfriend, during which she slapped him and then ran away, only to look back and find that he didn't chase her at all, which is kind of he's supposed to do. Adele's former boyfriend demanded a slice of the royalties from the album 19, saying, basically, you've written this album about me, so I should get some of the money.
Please bleep this out, James, but I'm going to say to that fella, you are a cheeky.
When you talk about the phrase chasing pavements, apparently a troll on Urban Dictionary wrote that the title was a reference to gay cruising.
I learned this. A few people were saying that.
Yeah? Where were you when you found that out?
You know, I was at my Diana Club meeting.
But because of that, a load of radio stations in the US stopped playing this record because they thought that's what it was about.
Right.
And it's like, no! The song wins a Grammy for Best Female Pop Vocal Performance. But why will you not have heard it live since 2024?
Because Adele hasn't played it.
Yeah, she has retired this song.
Wonder why.
Well, she said she doesn't like how she pronounces some of the words in it.
There's loads of vowels in there. We've discussed this before, haven't we? With Rod Stewart and Baby Jane, the song of, I think, Chasing Pavements. Do you remember, James, when I had the big theory about this?
Yeah. Start with the vowels.
Yeah. I think
just a bit like Countdown, isn't it, in that respect?
I like the Chasing Pavements. She might have come up with that phrase because it's so appealing.
88. Famously, pavement was voted like the most beautiful word, wasn't it?
Was it?
In the late 80s, I don't know whether it was a dictionary company or something. I don't know off the top of my head, but there was a thing where they said, what's the most pleasing sounding word in the English language? And they said it's pavement, because that's why the band Pavement are called Pavement.
Oh, right. Cavemans on YouTube says, dear credit card, should
Are
I
we
give
chasing
up?
Cavemans?
That person,
Yeah.
whoever they may be, reckons they wrote some alternate lyrics. Dear credit card, should I give up or should I keep on making payments?
Nice that Weird Al is on YouTube. putting the comments on.
I would play it. I mean, the song itself has got lovely chords to it. It's got all the major sevenths and the ninths and the 11ths and the 13ths, all these chords that give it a bit of flavour. But I would sing it, but unlike Bruce Hornsby, I haven't got the range.
Written by Adele and Egg White.
Oh, yeah, from Egg and Alice. I remember Egg White.
Yeah.
And also I made a lovely omelette the other day.
From
punch me in the face, James.
Please
punch me, Frank.
What boy band was Egg White in the 80s?
I can't remember.
Brother Beyond.
That's right.
Also has writing credits on Leave Right Now.
I'm delighted you mentioned this, James, by Will Young.
Yep.
With the worst bass part I've ever heard in my life on that record. I'm looking forward to when we do that one week. I'm going to give whoever played bass on that a real kick in.
Look out, bass players. Call My Name.
No.
Charlotte Church, when
singing.
she had that pop career.
I was singing Say My Name by Matthew Marden, backing vocalists.
While I was working on those radio stations, we went to a big corporate do that the boss of the company put on for all the hosts to go to. And Charlotte Church was the entertainment. And she sang Call My Name. And she was very near me when she sang it.
And you liked it?
It's not ever left me.
Do you know why, James?
What?
Your dreadful male gaze.
Yep. You Give Me Something.
You give me some. James Morrison.
Yep. And Warwick Avenue.
Duffy.
Yes.
No spoilers.
So bearing in mind he's written them, Egg White said, Adele came in. She said, I want to write a big hit slushy ballad. I said, you've come to the right man. Let's nail it. That's his quote. Because that's what, it is a big, lush... Well, how would you describe it? Is it it's not a torch song, is it? She's not holding a torch to someone. You wouldn't describe it as that. But it's got that big, classic vibe to it.
Yeah. Sounds very different to the other records in 2008 in this chart, in the top 10 at least. There's some great ones in our bonus tracks, Patreon stuff that sound different. But yeah, it's got a different production sound, hasn't it? It's quite intimate. Of course, Adele's voice is on it. We've discussed this before. A bit like Rihanna. If you're singing any song, it's going to be good.
And a bit like Rihanna, she's 19.
Yeah. And a bit like Riri, she's called Adad.
Did you watch the video?
I did watch a video, yes.
I should point out to new listeners, that's me asking, did you watch the video in a silly voice?
I did watch it.
So there's a car crash.
There's been a car crash.
And are the two people dead?
I don't think so.
Because then they act out a little scene lying down.
On the pavement.
And then they're kind of taken away on trolleys. Yeah. It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's a good dance, isn't it? I like looking down at this couple. They're filmed from above, aren't they? And you see a couple doing a dance whilst lying down. A dance about relationships and the difficulties. There's all that tropes that dancers use when they're trying to say the relationship's in trouble.
That's the kind of dance I could do, the one where you just lie down.
It'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't
I mean,
it?
I don't want to have a car crash before I do it, but... Would you go to a nightclub where just everyone was lying down and dancing lying down?
I wouldn't mind it, actually.
I mean, it sounds like $1 million idea, doesn't it?
Should bin this off.
Bin this off. What are we doing this rubbish when we could be running the first ever lying down nightclub?
Yeah.
Because the great thing is, the ceiling could be really low. You could do it in a crawl space.
We could do it in a bit of a storage facility, couldn't we? A small one.
Yeah.
Now, on the YouTube comments, would you believe a few metalheads turn up to say, I like this one. Oh,
what?
Thank you. We're so blessed. This is good from the Dazel247. I used to sing this song to my daughter when she was like 3 or 4 years old, except I changed the lyric to Chasing Penguins. Yeah?
Yeah, that's the great thing about it. You can change it to Chasing anything, really. As long as you've got 2 syllables.
And then someone says, I saw a TikTok of a girl saying her mum told her the lyrics were Chasing Penguins. I'm wondering if you're the mum. And then the Dazel pops up and says, no, I'm the dad. I raised her myself. Yeah, again, don't make presumptions about people's gender. Yeah, James, I'm leaning into that this week with my dreadful male gaze.
Yeah. Was Diana a man? That could be one of our episodes.
All right, let's do it. Was Diana a man? Was. All right, then. You're worse than me about this Diana this week. I'm enjoying it. I went to see Adele at the time, James. Went at the Comedy Club in Birmingham, the Glee Club. She
was doing a music gig, we should point out. She's not doing the Tight 20.
Nope. And then she was performing at that venue on the day that her album went to #1 in the charts or something like that. Yeah. So it was a big deal. So I was seeing Adele in a room full of 300 people, belting it out and taking the roof off.
Did you enjoy it?
Thank you, James. That's most unlike you to ask me anything. Yes, it was good and I enjoyed it.
Do I not ask you questions?
Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, because sometimes you already answer them.
ask me anything about Diana.
And also, I don't care.
Well, that's the end of part 1. Numbers 10 to 6 on this chart of 2008 from the day you definitely remember, which
I
is
definitely remember.
24th of February. I've looked.
Because it's my mum's birthday. 24th of February, 2008.
Hey, keep coming back to Shooby Dooby Doo-Up for more information like that.
People aren't going to be able to steal her identity from knowing that, are they? I haven't put that out there.
We'll be giving out James' mum's address and bank card details in part 2, as well as talking about what we're going to be talking about in part 2, apart from your mama.
Probably more about Princess Diana. Well, we're going to do numbers 5 to 1 from this chart. I think the top 5 mirrors the bottom 5 of this top 10 almost exactly.
Intriguing.
Yes, but we will be talking about one of the most hated bands of all time.
As always, you can listen to these songs on our Spotify and YouTube playlists. Descriptions attached in the description.
The link's in the description.
The description.
The description is the description.
The links is in the description. That the links rate, review, subscribe, share, follow.
All right.
We're rubbish.
All right.
I'm rubbish at this.
It sounds like you're having a meltdown. The links are in the description. For the
description's links are in the description links.
The chalice from the palace is the flagon with the dragon. So people can listen to or watch the videos. That's where the links are. They're in the description of the podcast. And, if you're enjoying it, please rate and review. Leave a positive review, please. I know we keep fucking up this week.
Really bad.
Just, give us a nice review and we'll be motivated to be better next time.
What do you think part 2 is going to sound like?
Oh, probably be like this.
Kelly Rowland at number 10 with Work. What did she feature a lot in the video?
Fluorescent lighting tubes.
Yes. What's Kylie got a lot of?
Fluorescent lighting tubes.
Yeah.
Someone got a job lot. But look out to Paul McCartney. He's the biggest prize in the base hunting game. Him and Mark King from Level 42. The people who get that joke will think it's the funniest joke ever. And if you don't get it, you should do the reading. Thanks so much for listening.
As I say, we'll be back very soon asking why did they turn off the CCTV cameras and discussing another 5 great records. In the meantime, Shooby Dooby Doo-Up.
Bop bop shoo up.